This video we are discussing about the Power BI part of the top 1000 YouTubers analysis. We're using the same business problem as we use in our SQL analysis, and in the Power BI part, instead of uploading the text or CSV file, I'm just directly connecting my Power BI to my SQL server. So I'm going into my get data and then SQL server. And in the SQL server, firstly I'm giving the name of server and then my database. So my server name is this desktop and something other digits in it. You can open your SQL server and you can get your SQL server name. And now when I connect my data, so the analysis that I perform in my database, this database name is top 1000 YouTubers. So I'm directly giving a name of top 1000 YouTubers, and then data connectivity mode is selected into import. This database is optional, but it is better if you write the name of the database directly and then connect it. If you do not connect it, then you can access to your database, and then after that you select which database you wanted to import your data. So I'm just press on OK. And now you can see this is our table that is in our desktop, and now this is the same table we use in our SQL server. So I'm just loading it because we did not need to change its data type again, because we already selected data type when we uploaded SQL server, so we did not need to see the data types. And here I'm directly moving to our visualization of our dashboards. So now data is being uploaded. I'm just closing my SQL server. Now I'm going to my format tab and making the background into light gray. Now I'm selecting the name of our title of our dashboard. I'm setting its font size into 24 and making it font style into 10 and making it underline. I'm setting my title of our dashboard into top 1000 YouTubers analysis. And I'm setting its font size into 32 and making it to center. Now we are firstly define the overview of top 1000 YouTubers in terms of average visits, likes, comments, and subscriber, and unique countries and the categories that are belonging in our dataset. So I'm clicking on my table and then click on new measure. In the new measure, I'm defining the average subscriber and then taking the average and then our table name and our column name of subscriber and then click on OK. Now I'm defining the new measure as average visits and then using the function of average and then our table name and then our column name visits and then press OK. Now I'm defining the new measure as average likes and I'm taking average of and then our table name and our column name of likes, and then press OK. Now I'm moving toward our next measure, which is average comments. I'm taking average and then our table name and column name of comments, and then press OK. Now I'm moving toward the countries, and I'm taking count rows and then disconnect and then our country column, and then press OK. By using this we can get the number of unique countries that is in our top 1000 YouTubers dataset. And now I'm defining the new measure for unique categories that is in our dataset. So I'm giving a name as to categories, and I'm taking count rows and then disconnect and then our category column, and then press OK. Now I'm taking a measure and I'm choosing countries, and I'm making the side of my visual card into little bit low size. I think so 30 is a good one. Now I'm just copying and pasting the same visual card and then unselect these countries and replace it with other measures, which is average comment, likes, subscriber, visits and categories. This is not the necessary step. I just do that just because I did not want it to again changing the size of my visual card and then size of the values that is in my visual card. So I'm just change it to one visual card and then I'm copy and pasting this visual. I'm removing the country measures and replacing it with average comments in our last visual card. And one thing more that I wanted to do into my visual cards, I'm just clicking on the my measure and I get the menu in which I'm selecting the decimal point. As you can see, the subscriber will have 00 value after decimal part, so I'm setting a decimal into 0. And in average visits or in average likes, I'm selecting its decimal into 1. And for comments, I'm selecting its decimal point into 1. And for the average visits, I'm also selecting its decimal point into 1. Now I'm just taking the size of my visual card into a little bit large. Now we're moving toward the next analysis of our data, in which we have to define audience segmentation, in which we have to define the top 1000 YouTubers based on categories. So I'm choosing categories and username, and I wanted to present my data into form of bar chart, and I am taking categories on a y-axis and username on x-axis, and I'm choosing the count of usernames, and I'm taking the filter of top 10 into in terms of categories. I'm dragging my category field into filter and setting its by value function into count, and then apply filter. And now you can look back into data: entertainment, lifestyle, film, music, hobby, television, society, video games, action game, pop music, and other are the top 10 categories. Now we have to define geographical analysis, like the top YouTubers are belonging to which part of the country. So I'm just copy and pasting my first visual of category by username, and in this visual I'm replacing categories with the countries. I'm removing the filter of category into my second visual and taking the filter of country into top 10 and replacing the country value into by value and then setting into count, and then apply filter. Now I'm moving toward our other analysis, which you have to define the subscriber engagement of average number of visits, like comments per video of the YouTuber. So I'm been choosing username and comments, likes, subscriber and visit, and I am representing. I either can represent my data into form of table, or either we can represent it in the form of a column chart or area chart. I am choosing this time area chart, and I'm using filter to show the top 10 usernames. So for this I am dragging my rank into my filter table and then taking the filter of is less than or equal to, or then putting 10 into it and then apply filter. When you use this filter by using the username, it can't be applicable because all the values are in the text data, their data type is text, so it can never be done. So the only way to apply this filter is by using the rank, dragging the rank field into there over filter, and then using the filter in this way. And now we click any one of the line, you can get the result of the username. Like they might be a T series, might be a Mr. Beast, and then their number of likes, comments, subscribe, and visit. And you can see that Mr. Beast is the one channel that has also be a comments and likes and share, while the other have more in subscriber but very low comment, like, and subscriber. Now we have to identify top performance identification, the top 10 YouTubers based on the subscribers. So I'm using my subscriber and the username, and I am representing my data into form of bar column charts, and I'm also using the filter of top 10 username. For this time also be dragging my rank into my filter and then taking is less than or equal to and then putting 10 and then applying the filter. Now our data is being filtered into top 10 values because ranks define the rank of the username is either be a 1. For example, T City is on the number 1, so it is representing the rank 1. Mr. B is on number 2, so it's representing on number 2. And now we're moving toward content and channel recommendation. So in content and channel recommendation, we have to define the engagement elements in terms of we have to define engagement element in terms of category, and I'm representing my data into form of area chart. I'm taking a filter of top 10, and then taking the by value function into count of categories, and now our filter is being set. Now I'm just rearranging my visuals for better representation. And now we're moving toward our last analysis, which had to perform cost country subscriber engagement comparison. So this time we also be choosing the same engagement elements, but in terms of country. So I'm in choosing country, and then comments, likes, subscriber, and visits. In term of country, and I'm representing my data in term of table, and I'm choosing the country into top 10 country, and dragging my country field into my filter, and then setting into count of country, and then apply filter. Now our data is being filtered for top 10 countries, and I just wanted to remove this total value, so I'm going to my format tab and then total, and in the values I'm be removing it. I'm taking my table into bottom left corner, I'm going into the value of my table and decreasing the value size. I think so 9 is a good one, because I just wanted my count of username and category and username and countries bar charts are carrying the more space. Now I'm adding 3 more filters into my data, and these filters are from country, and I'm setting in slicer setting and setting into drop down menu, and the 3 filters that I'm using are category, country, and the username. And instead of remaking this filter visual, I'm just copy pasting my first one and then replacing country with replacing category with country and then with username. Now you click on any one of the filters that we have created, and then click on the your required category as your required country as your required username, then over a whole dashboard representing the data according to it. Like in the countries, I mean belonging to Pakistan, and if I'm clicking on the filter of Pakistan, then our whole dashboard represent the data of Pakistan. They either be in the Pakistan, their average number of visits, likes, subscriber, and the categories that in which Pakistani YouTubers are belonging, and their total channel status in our category, and a lot much more data that is in our dashboard. If you belong to India or United States or UK or any one of the other country, you just click on your country name and your whole dashboard representing the data according to it. Now if you wanted to represent the data on the base of a username for any kind of a specific user, then you just click on the name of the user into the username filter and your whole data represented. Now if I click on Mr. Beast and then our whole data representing the Mr. Beast channel analytics. And now in terms of category, if you want you to represent your data in terms of any specific category, then you just simply click on that. Now if we click on technology, and you can get the total channel then in the category of technology are 12 and 6 countries are belonging into top 1000, and their average number of subscriber visits are like and the whole data about our dashboard. And just uncheck this filter. Now I'm going to my view tab and I'm using this black filter of innovative for my dashboard, and I'm clicking on the canvas and then going to my format tab, and in the canvas background I'm choosing the black color. I just wanted to our visual color and the background color is being same. So sorry. Now I'm going to I'm selecting any one visual and connecting making its background into off and adding the visual borders and setting its color into white and making its corner into 15 round, and then opening the shadow as being on and converting it into white color and now I just wanted to see that how it's look like. Now I'm moving toward our next visual, and I'm making the background off and visual border into white and setting the corner into 15%, 15px round, and then opening the shadow and setting in color into black. Now for the first visual, I'm setting this shadow into black color. So now I'm just clicking on the visual that is a good one, and I'm using format painter and then paint the other visual that I wanted to, like my first visual. I'm simply clicking my visual that is a good form and then select on the format painter and then click on the other visual that I wanted that should be according to the first visual. I'm using the format painter to do it automatically instead of using manually and selecting going into every visual and then removing its background and making the shadow and the visual borders on. So I'm doing it with the help of format painter. Format painter is a little bit difficult to understand, but if you can handle that, it is very helpful. Now I'm going to my visual tab, and into the cards I'm making the off of filter and the border into my visual card for all the visual card that is in my dashboard. And I'm also making the dashboard's value size into decreasing. So I'm also using format table painter for it, as you can see how it works. Now our whole dashboard is being designed. I'm just rearranging the size of my visuals. If you wanted to drag the custom visual into your dashboard, so you can do that, but by your own, you just simply go into your insert tab and then in the images and then select the image and you can put that. But I'm not making these visuals adding into my dashboard, and this is all the Power BI part of the top 1000 YouTubers analysis.